Good morning, it's Joyful Hermit. I'm really very ill today again. uh, the muscles affect nerves, and the nerves then can radiate pain to different areas of the body. So somehow there's a nerve up in my shoulder, muscle and nerve, that are making me very nauseated. And per usual, all those around up here are making my head very disoriented. But I wanted to make sure that I clarified that I'm very much Catholic. Um, if I could drive, if I could be assured that I would not be injured at Mass, if I were assured that it was God's will that I go to Mass, of course I would be there. As I tried to express, that the main reason I'm not is because through discernment it was becoming more and more obvious that maybe I was thinking I needed to force to go, that against the devil, when it was all along God allowing the angels to affect nature and work through other people so that I would not go. And 3, 4 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, when Jesus would, if he would say, go back to Mass, I would. My wishes would be that the state would never have happened, that I would never have had ecstasies. I would still be a Eucharistic minister. I would be lecturing. I would probably be playing my harp at Mass. Maybe I would be allowed to be part of other things, teaching or something. Probably not that, because the rector knew of my mystical things prior to the state starting to happen, because I knew of things with some priests that I had to report, and one of them admitted the only way I knew was through supernatural means, knew about him. So, the bishop and the rector knew these things uh, prior. But so, yes, a woman yesterday said, oh, you're going to call and withdraw from the parish. And I said, oh, no, no. I had called her to apologize for the day before, starting to feel anger and resentment that I wasn't able to go to Mass and that all this had happened to me. And I wanted to make sure she knew. I didn't tell her about my event in the night, but I said that, no, I was not angry and that I knew that this was God's will. But I said, oh, no, no, I'm not withdrawing from the parish. She says, well, are you going to go someplace else? I said, no, no. So people, it's hard to comprehend. It was hard for me to comprehend. And most people who are in that degree of love where they love God because they are supposed to, that would be how they would be able to think on this. That, oh, you're supposed to go to Mass, and if you don't go to Mass, and it'd be incomprehensible to think that God would, for whatever his reasons, withdraw you from Mass. So, like I said, this is to be continued. We don't know. Now, last night I had one single message, and I was shown like a steel rod standing up, and I was told that I must have great strength, that I will be very alone, and that I must be strong, and that there will be nothing else for a while. That was it. So I knew that that consolation I had the night before last was so beautiful, and that is it now for a while, and that I'm going to have to endure on that tremendous love and peace that was given, and on that beautiful message. And that's a lot of times why these things are given, or consolations given, so that they will strengthen us and remember one time my former spiritual director, and the reason I don't have him, actually an abbot of a very large, well-known abbey, well, former abbot, he had resigned a year or two ago, um, talked to me on the phone back in December, and he said, get a different priest. You know, he did not like what my spiritual director had advised, told me not to go to Mass. My spiritual director had told me twice, but his reasons weren't really valid. But I'm realizing now I think God was using him all the same to get the message through. And when I was out thinking that and thinking, and this abbot saying, no, that's not right, because the spiritual director didn't have the strength to go up against this priest. And I thought, oh no, that can't be right. And Abbot thought it wasn't right. So I went back, and then within 8 weeks, boom, not going anywhere today or in the near future. So just to make that clear, that yeah, I'm Catholic. I'm not ever going to be anything else. But I'm don't have that spiritual director, and I doubt if I have another one for a while. Father Vincent is coming this afternoon. I finally reached him, and he's coming to do an anointing of the sick and to hear my confession and to bring me communion. And he's leaving back for Nigeria, I think probably the day after Easter. I don't know if he's coming back. So I may be on my own for quite a while, earthly, temporal matter. So the other priests are busy, and one of them there has some problems and also is very, very much against me. So it wouldn't be right to ask him to come. He also, well, he just has some other problems, and physical and emotional things, and he smokes very heavily. And because of my heightened sensitivity, I really probably would vomit if my sense of smell is very, very keen. Sometimes, yes, sometimes I sort of read souls. I have to say that. I'm shown things, but it would. And this priest is very sweet, and I feel so for him because he suffers greatly. And his smoking, I think, is a habit that has come. And smoking addiction is, I have read, it is as difficult to break as some major drug addictions. I have complete compassion for people who are addicted to cigarette smoking or pipe smoking, but literally I would throw up if I smelled smoke right now. So we sort of, we have to deal with our humanness too. I have my humanness, and it's back to the floaters and the dockers. I've written about that in my blog. I'm a floater, and some are dockers. Floaters understand dockers. Dockers usually don't understand floaters. So anyway, after I'm done icing, I'm going to try to get dressed and get outside, see if I can walk around the yard a little bit. I don't know. I'm puny today. I'm praying, 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 and I ask all of you to pray for a little 7-year-old girl. I don't know her personally, but I know of her, that she has a very rare aggressive form of brain cancer, and the tumors are wrapped around her spinal cord. One's wrapped around her optic nerve. She's having the last of I think it's been 40 proton treatments. And then she'll have 4 weeks at home, and then she'll start chemotherapy. And we won't know for 4 weeks if any of these tumors have been reduced. So please pray for her. Her name is Cameron. Cameron. Camryn. She's 7 years old. She is beautiful, beautiful. She had the most beautiful, unusual, long, thick, curly hair. And of course, her hair has fallen out. Pray for this little girl. I'm offering all of my minor little sufferings for her. God bless His real presence in each of you, and I'm praying for each of you too, and especially one out there. Don't fear. Don't put off. Go like I did. Go like this and jump in to the Catholic Church. Close your eyes and jump in faith. You'll never regret it. Even all this that's happened to me, and there's more. I mean, it defies common sense. Most people would think, why on earth would this idiot lady remain a Catholic? This latest stuff is just very minor. It's because there's the truth and there's the ideal. And because the Lord called me into the Catholic Church in undisputable ways, through messages and through means. I would never leave the Catholic Church. Even back with the soup kitchen issues, the old priest, after I was brutally thrown out of the soup kitchen that I started and developed, he said, ponder Joan of Arc. It was Catholics themselves that helped throw the sticks on the fire that burned her to death. These things happen. We are all human, and it's a matter of a lot of times people just at different levels of understanding. But the truth is in the Catholic Church. And things could change today as far as my circumstances. Saint Fiacre could heal my neck, my back. Jesus could appear to me in a corporeal vision and say, my love, you can return to Mass and be assured no one will hurt you. And I'm removing the ecstasies. So, I love you all. Even the ones who do not understand me and who may be busy writing. It's all right. I love you.